Welcome to an incredible information session on how to break free in 2025. Guys, we are going to be sharing the 3 surprising reasons that you're stuck in your physical and mental health and what to do about it. I'm so excited to introduce my co-hosts, speakers today. We've got Dr. Shannon Pierce and Whitney Weiser Savage, two incredible inspirational women to me that I adore and look up to as humans and as mentors in this space. Both of you have helped carry me through some of my many questions and my many changes in my health in my life, and going from my 20s to my 30s to being a mom. And, right after I had Bear and the year following, I felt very, very stuck, and it reignited my passion for my health. And while I was pregnant with him, I was extremely sick, as I continue to complain about. But what I realized was how big of an issue it is when you don't have your health. Now, again, I was carrying a precious angel baby that had an end date on how long I should feel sick, but I can't imagine having to deal with things more serious than that. And so we are putting on an Elevate Strength Summit because we really want to help you harmonize your mind, body, and spirit. Are so much connected to your mental state and your physical state, and you can make a change. And I have learned this firsthand now in my own life and in the very close loved ones that I keep around me. I've watched the struggle, and we have found the people that can help you with the breakthrough. So I'm really excited to be hosting an event on the island to really help you kick off 2025 in the most powerful and optimal way. We have all been struggling for a while now. It feels like it's just been a heaviness. Have you ladies been feeling this too?
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a struggle.
I feel
Yeah.
like there's been a common theme, right?
Yeah. I
For
think this
sure.
year's been heavy for a lot of people. And it seems like we're finally through some of like the unknowns and people are ready to just refocus.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. What are you seeing, Whitney?
For sure. This year it has been heavy. I don't know for whatever reason, but it's just been harder than normal. And so navigating that has been tough for sure.
I'm seeing that across my friends. I'm seeing it with my entrepreneur friends. I'm seeing it in the economy. I think there's just been this heaviness. And so, how do we make 2025 a significant year for breakthrough in all those areas? Because I want more out of life. I'm not wanting to feel sick, stuck, overweight, or any of those things. And so, I'm really excited about this amazing retreat with both of you ladies. But let's share with the people how they can make this the best year yet.
For sure. Yeah. So it's frustrating to be stuck, right? I know all of us have been there. You, Brittany, being sick throughout your pregnancy, which I was also pregnant at the same time that Brittany was, but I didn't deal with a lot of the sickness that she did. But I do know what it feels like to be stuck and frustrated when you see where you want to be and feel so far away from that and where you are now. But the way that I talk about and look at it is adversity is an opportunity, right? And the key is just adopting the mindsets that'll enable you to move forward instead of keeping you stuck. And so, in order to change our actions, we have to first change our thoughts and our emotions and the way that we feel and think about things, because our feelings are determined by our thoughts. So getting to that pinnacle of like whatever the healthiest version of you is, like how you look and how you feel, is more than just a physical journey. It's a mental and emotional battle. I think even more so. So we're just going to call it out and start talking about those things on this summit and get to some of those underlying beliefs that could be holding you back. And the point is just to empower you to get unstuck, not only with the knowledge, but with the tools and the resources too.
Thank you. And Dr. Shannon, you've been, again, instrumental in my life and my family's life, really teaching us the gut brain connection. Can you please share more about that?
Yeah. So I love the concept that unstuck concept, because I feel like for a lot of people, especially people that I work with, you feel like you're trying a lot of the right things, right? You're like, okay, I've tried to eat better, or I've tried to get my workouts in, or I'm making these changes, and I really feel like I should feel better for the effort that I'm putting in, but I don't, right? Have you ever felt like that? Where it's like, I really have tried, but I'm not feeling as much benefit as I would expect. And unfortunately, we really think, or we've been kind of taught up to this point that like trying harder, doing more, right? That eat less, work out more concept has just been drilled into us. And from my experience, that's really typically not the thing that you're missing, right? There's these other things that have to harmonize in the body for you to get the results that you're looking for across the board. One of the things I think is really important we point out from the beginning about this retreat is this is not just a fitness retreat, right? This is not just about exercising and looking good. Yes, we want that for you too, right? You are going to look better and feel better. But the whole point is, yeah, we'll get you there. But that's not the thing, right? Because you can be very skinny and have massive anxiety. You can be an ideal weight and have, terrible digestive issues. There's all these other things that go into what it really takes to be healthy and to be happy. And I believe that's what it takes to have a breakthrough, right? Whether you want the breakthrough in your finances or your marriage or your friendships or whatever it is, like the healthier, happier version of you gets that. And unfortunately, what most people are missing is all the inside stuff that needs to be worked on first. So what we're going to spend a lot of time doing together on the island, which first of all is the most beautiful place on the planet. So I had the benefit of coming to a retreat on the island. And I believe that with healing, the space, right, that you create is just as important as what's happening there. So just stepping on the island, like your first step on that place, like you can just tell this is the place where transformation happens. Like being in a place anointed for healing is something not a lot of people get to experience, right? It's very, very profound. And then from there, being immersed in the things that we're going to teach you. So yeah, we're going to eat healthy food. And yes, we're going to have beautiful workouts. We're going to move our bodies. But in addition to that, we're really going to dive into number one, gut health, right? Your gut is foundational. And this doesn't mean, oh, I don't have digestive issues. That's not for me. If you have a gut, you need to have good gut health, right? Regardless of your digestive issues. Your gut is responsible for your immune system function. In fact, it makes and converts neurotransmitters, which have everything to do with your mental health, with being able to be in a good mood, have energy, have a positive outlook on life. All of that happens in your gut, right? And unfortunately, because of stress and inflammation and poor choices and all these things that lead up to most people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, we end up with imbalances in our microbiome. But most people don't realize they have an imbalance in their microbiome, right? So testing that properly is one of the things we're going to do. We don't want to give you a one size fits all. That doesn't work, right? That's okay for a month or two, or maybe a quick challenge, but that's not the deal. That's not what we're here for. Every person who steps foot on this island is getting individualization. You're going to get testing for your gut. You're going to get testing for your hormones and your adrenals and your neurotransmitters. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But we're actually going to do like this incredible deep dive into your full body to customize a plan for you. You're going to learn how to live out that plan in those days you will spend with us. But from there, we want you to take that forward forever, right? These are things that we are teaching you that you're going to implement and continue to do. I pray for the rest of your life, right? That's how you truly get transformation. But being able to have that individualization, starting with what's foundational, which is gut health. I know, Brittany, you've had a lot of experience with gut health and working on that with you and your family too. You can share that if you feel comfortable. But I think that's a piece that everyone needs to start with. And then from there, we get into what is, I think, my very favorite topic, which is hormones, adrenals, and neurotransmitters, because they are powerful tools that can either be your best friend when they're well aligned, or can literally be your nemesis. Like we can do a lot of crazy things and feel a lot of crazy ways when our hormones and our adrenals and our neurotransmitters are not in balance. But when you learn how to have harmony between your gut, right, your hormones, your adrenals, and they're all working together, that is the key to true long-lasting health. And that's what we want to make sure we provide for you. In addition to, right, how to eat properly, how to track macros, how to move your body healthily, right, not in a way that's unhealthy. But the combination of those things is what I call the magic sauce, right? Like that's what it takes to get that breakthrough. Most importantly, individualized to you. Like this is fully what we are going to take a deep dive for you. I always call it above, down, inside out. We're hitting all the things, we're figuring it all out, and we're making sure you're going to leave there with your forever plan.
I think that it's super important to know because I'm somebody who uses the heck out of AI and I watch a lot of YouTube, and I've had people ask me, well, what's different about this? The difference with the Elevate Summit is in 5 days in a truly immersive environment, you can change your whole life. And the reason we have different Elevate Summits is to elevate different areas of your life. If you need a breakthrough in your mind and your body, then let's get you going with the right education, customization, environment, and follow through. That's the thing. We don't do hit and run events. We've got follow through. And so I want you to definitely take the time to get educated, but you need to get educated with the right thing. I just got my updated results in on my gut test, and things that I've been eating, I didn't realize I've been choking down broccoli, but it's kind of it creates inflammation for me. So I have an excuse to not eat it now. There's certain things that um are technically on paper healthy, but they're not always healthy for you. And this information is really helpful to know. And so I'll share a quick story. Just I didn't understand hormone health, and I've done fitness competitions. I know how to look freaking great. I know how to feel great. I've done really hardcore missions. I know how to push my body. But someone very close to me, I did not know what the heck was going on with them. They just started going nuts. And I was like, and it was very scary to watch somebody you care about struggle and start to have the kind of dark thoughts and believe the kind of things that they believed and said about themselves, and the spiral of depression that they were in. And I forced this friend of mine to just go get a test. I bought it for them, and the results came back that they had like deficiencies in so many different, I mean, I don't know, Dr. Shannon, you looked at it. What were they deficient in? What would you call that? Just different hormones?
On all of the above, right? Like a severe deficiency in hormones, severe deficiency in neurotransmitters, nutrient deficiencies, like across the board, just depleted was the word that kept coming up.
And this person was struggling to get out of bed. So thank you for that. And it was really nice, first of all, for that person to realize they're not crazy. This is forever. There are options to help with this. And that was a hope I hadn't seen in them in a long time. And this person was having suicidal thoughts because of this. And so you don't understand the effect of hormone health until you get that far along. And I do work with a lot of veterans and first responders in our Heal the Heroes program. And it's been such an amazing solution to spread to them because, again, they just are depleted. Their cortisol has been through the roof for however many years in these intense environments. And they don't know what's going on with them. They just think back at the old days. And so to have a new tool to hand them as a real solution is is the fight we keep trying to arm people with. If you have struggled with anxiety, if you have struggled with depression, if you have struggled with weight loss, if you've struggled with mood swings, there are solutions, but we need to take the right tests and you need to be in front of the right people. There's no extra charge. This is all included in our retreat. And if you're not somebody who can come to our retreat, please just find a way to do this for yourself, because the world does need you and you are here for a reason. And so it's been really wonderful to watch my friend get their life back on track, and pretty quickly. It took time to take the supplements to get their body back to being able to function at the level they did, but I can tell when they're off now immediately. And it's been just so eye-opening for me that I went and got my hormones tested and things that I was struggling with. When I actually got balanced, I had breakthroughs. So write this down if you're listening to this. When you get balanced, you will have breakthroughs. And that is really the point of this immersive retreat. So, Whitney, I've had a lot of people ask me, people that have struggled to lose weight or even really get going in their fitness journey, to like pro athletes. And this person's sometimes worried, like, oh, is this just going to be for bodybuilders? And then this person over here is like, why do I need to pay to work out for 5 days? Like, why is this worth the investment? So I'd love to hear more about what we're going to be diving into on the fitness nutrition section. of our
Yeah,
trip?
for sure. Well, first, I just want to say that this retreat is for anybody at any fitness level. So, no matter if it's somebody that's just beginning and they've never stepped foot into a gym, not even once, or up to a pro athlete who's pretty knowledgeable about health and fitness already, we are going to meet them where they are and take them to the next level. So, it's for anybody who cares about health or anybody who's breathing or alive. It's for everybody. But yeah, your physical health affects everything, your leadership ability, your relationships, every area of your life. You can't function optimally if there's a problem with your health. Um, so like if you're not getting enough sleep at night, if you're waking up in the middle of the night or super early morning wide awake and you can't figure out why, or if you are getting bloated after eating certain meals and you just can't figure out what it is, well, you're probably going to be a little irritable because you're not getting sleep or you're bloated. But then we can't function at our highest level, and it's going to affect the way you interact with people. It's going to affect the way that even operate your business on a day-to-day basis.
Or parent.
And yeah. So kind of like how Dr. Shannon was saying earlier about how you will feel a difference when you get on this island. You really will feel a difference in your body as soon as you step foot on this island, just from the environment to the food you're eating, prepared from a private chef who is fixing all of our meals, and then all the exercise and activities that we have planned for you to do. You're finally going to feel what optimal feels like. And I think sometimes people don't even know they have a problem because we live in such a busy, fast-paced world that chronic stress just becomes part of our life and we just deal with it. So you're finally going to feel what optimal feels like. So things like morning yoga, we're going to be doing some morning yoga to work on our flexibility, our balance, our mindfulness, and just focus on our breathing. Some of us don't even stop to breathe throughout the day, and I've been one of those people, so I can talk about it. So we're going to be swimming in the ocean just to connect with nature and refresh our body and our mind. And then my personal favorite part is getting in some beach lifts and functional workouts at the Aerial BVI Stronger Gym. That's definitely my favorite part. But
Mhm.
strength training in any form is important for everybody. So don't feel like it's only working out is only so you can have pretty muscles, which that is a great result and benefit. But there's so much more. Strength training can help with your mental health, your mood. It can reduce anxiety. It can also improve your heart health, so blood circulation, lower cholesterol. Like it can do a lot of things. So it's definitely more than just having pretty muscles. But you're also going to learn about nutrition and how to best optimize your energy, fueling your performance, whatever that is throughout the day. Even if you're an entrepreneur, you still need to perform at a certain level. And then learning how to set habits to make it a part of your lifestyle because diets don't work. They don't work long term. It has to be a part of your lifestyle and part of you, incorporate like day to day. So these activities that we have planned are going to help you break through plateaus and you will actually leave feeling stronger than ever, mentally, physically, empowered to feel your best and have lasting results. And so I think Brittany mentioned this. So after the retreat, there will be integration calls, 3 integration calls. So we're not going to just like give you all these tools and teach you these things and then just leave you. I'm also doing a month of free coaching after the summit because I want to make sure that you have, everything set up for you to be successful. Because, yeah, when you're on the island, it's going to be easy because you have a chef preparing these perfectly balanced, delicious meals for you. But when you get back home, life's not so perfect. So we want to make sure that you have what you need to be successful when you get back home, too.
And
So,
for me, in the experience I've seen, the island does it for you in that environment, but the point is for you to feel it. Once you've felt optimal, once you've experienced this, then now you're interested in doing things you've never done before because you had this experience that changed you. And now I want to keep those lessons learned. I want to keep this feeling, this mindset, and I'm going to integrate new habits. Many times we need an excuse to change. And this is not just an excuse, but this is an experience that gives you the higher vision for your life that says, this is actually real for me, not just a dream that's unattainable. And so that's really what we're excited to give it to you in this like done for you experience. Then now you're doing it yourself because you've seen it, felt it, lived it.
And you
Yeah.
know,
And it's not selfish either.
yeah.
It's an investment in yourself.
Yeah. And if you think about it too, truly, like the science shows we can, so you mentioned like, well, what about, I could probably do a fitness program in the new year for less money, or I could do a nutrition program for less money. But the experience literally wires new neural pathways in your brain. Like being in an immersive event, in an immersive environment, you are, I think the research is something crazy, like you're 78% more likely to stick with something if you've experienced it in real life. And there's the tactical experience, there's the actual feeling that you're going to be in, there's the connections and the empowerment you're going to get from other people. Having that experience makes you more likely to actually get the breakthrough than watching it through a screen and trying to do it on your own, and even trying to do it in your own local environment, because the change of environment does something physiologically to you, right? Being out of your mundane day to day, being out of your own home, being out of your own environment. You don't have to clean your kitchen tonight. You don't have to, do the laundry. You don't have to hear your kids screaming for 5 days. Like all of that, right? Just removing yourself from what puts you back into a stuck pattern, being out of that for 5 full days in the most beautiful place on earth, it truly actually changes your brain chemistry, and you will 100%. I call it the catalyst. Like it is the thing that is finally going to push you through. If you've ever felt like I'm right there, like I feel like something's about to change and I'm so close, but I just can't freaking do it. This is the thing. Like this is the catalyst that gets you to the other side. And unless you've experienced a true immersive event like this, I can't even explain to you in words how different it is than just trying to do a program or do something at home.
Thank you, Dr. Shannon. I think that's really our purpose of this. We want to invest in creating a force for good. That's the whole point. We are organizing our skills, we're organizing our spaces, and we are helping people get past their past, get past their depression, get past their blocks to be able to elevate into a new version of yourself. Because if we can get past what's holding us back, we can finally help others. And I know that we're here for a reason. And so if you are feeling stuck, if you want a breakthrough in your life, if you are ready to go and make this a different year for you, then come sign up. We would love to see you. We would love to meet you. We would love to help you. We would love to bless you. And we want to give you a special code for those who are signing up and want to make strength the launch pad for their year. And so our dates are January 16th through 20th. It is all inclusive, everything other than your flight to BVI at $9,887 per person. There is financing available. Use the QR code, invest in yourself, make a lifelong change, because this is sadly the one thing that people wait too long to do until it's too late. You can never buy your health back, but you can get preventative. You can fix it now. And that's just one of the most worthy investments I've ever personally experienced. We do have a special discount code for our people who are so committed to their health that they made it all the way through this recording. If you want 10% off, here's your special code, START 2025 strong.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you there. We cannot wait.
And strong mentally and physically. I just want to one last comment before you go. When I had my first experience going to the island, it was actually one of the roughest seasons for me. I actually just had a baby. There was a lot of stress. There was a lot of stuff going on. And for myself, it was the time in my life I was having the most anxiety and depression. And I just felt like it was so hard for me to get in control of my emotions. And for me, that was actually really embarrassing. I really didn't tell anybody because I'm typically the person people go to, right, for help. And to be struggling myself really felt like this very almost shameful experience that I was going through. And I was trying to do all of the right things. I was getting my nutrition back on track, and I was trying to prioritize self-care. And for me, honestly, being in, I don't know if I would have had the same breakthrough as quickly as I did had I have not come to the island, because I was doing what I felt was all the right things. And I think being around people who understand, I just want you to know every single one of us and our spouses who will be there, like we've all had times of major struggle with our physical and our mental health. We're not teaching you things that we learned in the textbook. We're not preaching things to you that we are not committed to doing ourselves every single day. So in part, I want you to know that you're also coming to a very safe place, that if you are struggling, in particular with your mental health, because it's sometimes a difficult conversation to have, you are going to be in an environment of people who understand and will have real life conversations with you, will help give you the tools and the resources, both physically and mentally, to really break through that. Because I know how lonely that can feel for a lot of people. And more than anything, our heart is just to have you guys come to a place that is safe, that will really just hold you in order to be able to have that healing and that breakthrough. So you're around the right people. You're coming to a group who really wants to see you absolutely break through, and I'm honored to be part of that journey for you.
Beyond excited. I've seen the before and afters, and I cannot wait to meet those who are going to be taking the time to invest in themselves and make this their best year yet, and continue their education, continue with these relationships, this accountability, because they recognize that they are worth it. So with that, we can't wait to see y'all on island.